Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are at Woolworths. I'm currently 3 weeks out from my competition. I'm going to be showing to you guys what I've been eating so far.
So do you want to start with vegetables?
Huh?
Do you want to start with vegetables?
What?
Vegetables.
Nah, I never heard of them. We don't eat no vegetables to get shredded.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Just keep walking. You don't have to just... keep walking. Guys, I think I might have stocked this one up a little bit. Apart from the essentials, I think everything else doesn't really fit right, so I think we're gonna have to start this again. Okay, when it comes to vegetable guys, I right now do not have the patience to be cooking fresh vegetables, so I am kind of lazy and I just get frozen vegetables and I just put them in the microwave. I would recommend for you to get fresh vegetables, but in my sense, I don't do that right now. The only thing that I do get is potatoes. I get these ones right here, which is a Spotlight, 25% less carbs. These are pretty good, and I also use sweet potatoes. We've got cauliflower, sweet potato, and broccoli rice. These are very low in calories, and they're a good substitute for rice. Okay, so we made it back home now. I've got everything set up, and I have done one of these videos last year when I was competing last year, but I thought I'd do another updated one because a lot of things have changed right now and I've been eating different kind of foods. Now, if you're thinking that I'm gonna tell you exactly how many calories I've been eating, well, guess what? I can't even tell you the exact number. Every single time I've been shredding, like I've been lifting now for 6 years, always in the past, I've always been on MyFitnessPal, counting exactly how many calories I've been eating, you know, how many carbs, how many protein, how much fat. This time around, my aim was to just get shredded without even counting. I've reached this point now where I can, if I'm making the food, if I look at the plate, I can estimate as to how much I've been eating, and I look at it as a whole weekly basis. I don't look at, you know, I should be eating 200 grams or 250 grams of chicken breast every single day. If there are days where I'll eat 200 grams of chicken breast or 300 if I feel a bit hungrier, then that's fine. I look at it as a whole weekly basis, and these are the foods that I eat throughout the week, and I just kind of rotate them. So I'm just going to show you guys some of the meals that I make using all this selection of foods. So starting off with breakfast, there are 2 things that I eat for breakfast. Most of the days of the week, I'll be having 2 packets of these oats with blueberries, and I'll make it with water. I don't put any milk or almond milk or anything with the oats that I eat. I'll have that, and then I'll have one of the with a coffee, which is one of these flat white coffees. They come with a little bit of milk, and there's about 50 calories. So that is my breakfast, probably about 5 to 6 days of the week. And either once or twice of days of the week, I will make a recipe which is Greg Doucette's French anabolic French toast, and that I will use 6 eggs. I'll use bread, use blender to make it sweeter, and then you just dip the bread in there. Use a little bit of canola oil. So I use canola oil to cook everything throughout my diet. This is my personal preference. I use canola oil, the sprays, because you get to evenly distribute it around the pan, and it's better than just using actual normal oil because you can't really, you know, move the pan around and get it even. So I get that, make that, and then I use this sugar-free maple syrup. It makes it so much better, and it feels like I'm eating pancakes. To me, that French anabolic French toast, it might not look great, but it tastes pretty good, and yeah, it just keeps my cravings away because it feels like I'm eating pancakes. So those are the 2 meals that I have for breakfast. Now, I'll have that usually around 9 o'clock. Once it reaches about 12 o'clock, I will move on to my lunch. So my lunch and my dinners are mostly the same. It's not like I'll make the meals, but I'll pick on depending on the day on what I feel like. So the meat sources that I have, the protein sources, are fish fillets. I really like lamb. Lamb is like my favorite type of meat. So I had to look for the leanest cut I could get. So these lamb steaks I can get from Woolworths, and what I do is I trim all the fat off, and yeah, I'm able to make a few meals out of that. Next up we have, so there's these chicken breast like strips. There's also fillets I can get that are already pre-flavored. They do cost a little bit more than your regular chicken breast, but they'll have a little bit more carb, a little bit more fat. But if you look at the calories and you kind of work around with it, you can have a great tasting meal. And the main thing that I do have is chicken breast, plain chicken breast, and I use these kind of sachets of seasonings. Like this is a Mexican one here. This is like a butter chicken one. This one's for like lamb. There's also Nando's ones. There's so many things that you can look at in like your Woolworths, Coles aisles. Instead of getting like because I am no chef, okay? I do not know how to make meals. I just get like random things and I chuck everything into the pan, and if it looks good, tastes good, then I'll eat it. So what I suggest is, instead of getting like those, if you can't come up with, because I don't know any of these spices, like you need to add this and that and you know and all that and come up with something great. So I kind of go for these things that already have it mixed. So instead of getting the jars that have everything mixed, normally those jars have a lot of fat and a lot of carbs. So these that are powdered, they are very low in calories. So this packet here, for example, has 4 servings, and the whole packet is 100 calories. So if I chuck all of these into a kilo of chicken breast, and I eat it like distribute it 4 times, it's only 25 calories to my chicken breast meal. So you can have, you don't have to be eating plain old chicken breast every single time. You can come up with some good things to eat, but you need to work around and look at the calories. Okay, so that is the protein sources. My main carb sources for the day that I'll mix in with any of these meat sources here is these potatoes, okay? 25% less carbs. These are pretty good. So this whole packet here has 6 servings, and 1 serving has just like 125 calories. and there's like, I don't know, like 10 potatoes in here. So these are pretty good. And potatoes, they satiate you, and they make you have that feeling that you feel like fuller for a lot longer than compared to like eating rice. There are days where I'll also have pasta on my high carb days. Get these, they make me feel good. They have a lot of fiber, keep you fuller. So get those two. So these are the main carb sources that I have. And depending on the days, if I want to have a low carb day, I will use these cauliflower rices. Okay, they're a great substitute for rice. And I'll also, so like I said before, I don't have the patience right now to be cooking fresh vegetables. So I'm kind of lazy on that, and I just like having the convenience of getting frozen vegetables and just putting in the microwave. So I use these, which is broccoli, and these. So they're like a bag mixed with corn, carrot, broccoli. Put that in the microwave and eat it with like chicken breast or fish or whatever I'm having. Yeah, so those are the things that I mix in with these meals. Now, there's one question that I get asked quite a bit, and that is because I'm Indian, and I get asked, do you still eat your mum's cooking? The answer is a bit of a yes and a bit of a no. It's kind of in between. So what I do is, I like my mum's lamb curry a lot, okay? But the thing is that she uses lamb grilling chops. So what I do is I get these lamb steaks, cut them up, and I'll give it to my mum, and then she'll make it in that curry style for me. Or she'll make like the chicken curry using the breast fillets that I have. So there is a bit of a workaround to that having that Indian diet and while training and getting shredded for a bodybuilding competition. But you still just need to work around and make sure you are using less fat, because a lot of Indian meals use a lot of oils, and yeah, you just need to make sure you're keeping that on track. Yeah. Mom's over there laughing at me right now. Yeah, my mom says she doesn't put much oil, guys. Okay. What else was I doing? Okay. Before I move on any further, I have already said that I do not count. So you might be thinking, how does Adrian know how much fish, how much chicken breast is he supposed to eat? So, as I said before, I look at the weekly basis. So, if you are a beginner, get one of these. Learn how to use a scale, learn how to count calories, use MyFitnessPal. But I've reached that point where I no longer want to be using those things. So I go by how I feel, and I'll just look at a plate and I estimate. So, if you get one of these this is at 1.3 kilos worth of chicken breast. So, if you do not want to use one of these, it's quite simple, okay guys? It's quite simple maths. So 1.3 kilos, you lose about 25% of the water weight once it's cooked, so that's about maybe, I don't know, like 900 grams. And then if I divide that into 4, yeah, it's about like 225 grams of chicken breast. So if it's 225 grams of chicken breast, there's 30 grams of protein per 100 grams. So that's 30 plus 30 plus 7.5. I'm having about 65 grams of protein in each meal if I divide this whole packet into 4. See? And I don't get, I don't care anymore about counting exactly to the gram, like this has to be exactly this much. As long as I'm eating it throughout the week, it's fine. And I go and I track my progress through my body weight and how I look. So if one whole week goes by and I do not lose any weight, then I will keep a mental track that for the next week, instead of me having potato or a bit of pasta or bread or anything, I'll have more of this, more of vegetables throughout the week. And then I check my weight every single day at the same time. And if the next week my weight has gone down, then I know I am back on track. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now I've talked about my breakfast, I've talked about my lunch and my dinner. So now I'm going to talk about the in-between meals. So 1 hour after I eat my lunch, I have a piece of fruit. So I either have like a banana or an apple. I work from home, guys, so I'm always just sitting in my room, so it's quite easy for me now to just eat food whenever I want. So that is around 2 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock, I have another shot of coffee. So I have a shot of this coffee and I mix it with a bit of almond milk. And right now in Sydney, it's starting to get hotter. So I've been changing it into like an iced coffee where I just chuck a few ice cubes in there. And with that coffee, I have a piece, yes, 1 piece of dark chocolate every single day. And that is about 60 calories per block, little square block that there is. So yeah, that's 3 o'clock. I'll get to the gym around 5:30. So once it reaches about 4:30, I will have probably my most favorite meal of the day, and that is Nutri-Grain. Okay, I have 80 grams of Nutri-Grain and about 125 ml of almond milk, and that nearly puts me at like, look, so per serving 8.7, okay, grams. So if I have 2 servings, that's over 17 grams of protein in just cereal, okay, which is pretty good. And I have this as a pre-workout. It gets rid of all my sugar cravings as well, and it just makes me stick to my diet. Guys, the best diet for you is the one that you can stick with. What I had to realize was, what are the food, before I started training, what are the foods that I would always eat every single day, no matter what, okay? And that for me was Nutri-Grain and bread with peanut butter and jam. Okay, I cannot go throughout the week without eating these on a daily basis. And because I've had this in, I've been able to stick to my diet this time. It's been so much easier. I am right now 3 weeks out. I'm at 10% body fat and I feel great, okay? This time around last year, mentally, I was, not that good, because there was a night where I finished all my food and I ate, like, after dinner, after dessert, I had a whole loaf of raisin toast from start to finish, both ends, and I smashed it down within 10 minutes. A whole loaf, like that big, just going inside my stomach, and I ate it all. And that is because I was stopping myself from eating Nutri-Grain and eating bread, thinking that, like I shouldn't be having this many carbs. And then you reach a point where you just snap and you just binge eat. So always make sure that you keep the foods that you cannot go without. You don't have to completely change your diet and just be having chicken breast and broccoli every single day, every single meal, because you won't be able to stick to your diet. So you need to have a balance, okay, throughout your diet. That way you can stick to it. Okay. So with the peanut butter and jam, so I normally use regular jam, but right now, because I'm in the last month, I've got these sugar-free, like sugarless jam, which is very low in calories. So these are some of the things that you can use. Always look for like the sugar-free stuff, the fat-free stuff, to help you keep the calories low throughout the week. So that's my pre-workout meal. Then I come home, I'll have my dinner, and now I'm moving on to dessert. So because throughout the whole day I'm still eating and stuff, I don't really have that sugar craving at night. So there are some days where I don't really feel like having dessert anymore. If I do still feel hungry, I will have like a slice of peanut butter and jam. If not, because it is getting hot, there's these YoPro yogurts that you can eat, Halo Top ice cream, Skinny Cows, and these sugar-free jellies. These are really good to eat as dessert, and it's kind of like a reward at the end of the day once you've got through your whole diet. Yep. So far that is everything. And okay, liquids. I drink about 4 liters of water per day, which is a lot. I have 2 coffees a day, and if I feel like having sugary drinks like with my lunch, I will use any single soft drink that has no sugar in it. Like you can get these Red Bulls, no sugar. And yeah, these are, that's it, I guess, guys. There's not much. I just have these selections, like these main selections of protein that I have, a few selections of carbs, and I come up with my own meals, and I just rotate them throughout the day. Like at night, like if I feel like eating eggs for dinner, I will go and fry some eggs. if I feel like eating fish for lunch and not having it for dinner, or if there's a day where I just want to eat chicken breast for lunch and dinner for both times, I'll have it. I just go by what I feel like, and this is the selection that I use. So yeah, guys, the best diet for you would be not to try and copy anyone else's. You need to figure out for yourself what foods you like and come up with your own like meal plan, I guess. And the best one is the one that you can actually stick with and continue on. I feel like this time around, even though I'm shredding, I could finish my shred and I could still maintain a lean body fat percentage even after my shred, because I've nailed my diet basically. Okay, so this is the end of the video. This is my selection of foods. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And as always, I truly appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.